It's 12:20 in Austin, Texas. It has long since hit New Year's 2024 here in Leander. But luckily, since I have it on delay, I have some time to tell you a cool story to celebrate the 30th anniversary. In this case, it'll be the 31st anniversary of my love for radio. It officially started 32 years ago in a town called Palestine, Texas. In 1992, when I was vacationing in Palestine, and I was in a speedboat, which I always called a jet ski for some reason, and I broke a radio on the boat back when I was 7 years old in 1992. But before it broke, I stumbled upon Kicks 105.7, which is still a country station to this day. It's located in Longview. That was my very first official local station I found by myself. And in 1993, or maybe in 1992, my memory goes both ways, when I first met Mix 106.3 KOOC, Belton, Temple, Killeen, when I was in the bubble in Austin. Back then it wasn't a bubble. It was actually fun to be in Austin, Texas. That was until like 2006 or something, or 2005. Anyway, play the best music of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I really enjoyed Mix 106.3. It launched my love for radio back in 1993 officially. In 1994, while my mother was getting some money out of Heartland Bank on Breaker Lane, aka Burnett. Okay, 13 minutes left. I was scanning the dial while my mother was at the ATM machine. This is in 1994, and I stumbled across today's hit music, 97.5 FM, KWTX, Waco, Temple, Killeen, Fort Hood, in 1994. So I've known 97.5 for now 30 years. Yeah, KWTX, and I've had it on my I remember always used to be on channel 4 on my preset of 6 presets on my, whether it was my white Mazda or my black Honda. It was so much fun having KWTX 97.5 come into Austin for all those years. In 1995, an interesting story, I went to Slitterbond, but it started storming, so while me and Leanne were in the parking lot and Bob was checking out the sights, I stumbled upon Hot 102.7 KTFM, or Wild 102.7, whatever you want to call it. They were playing Waterfalls by TLC, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls, on 102.7 KTFM, the very first song. Unlike 106.3, I actually know the first song I actually heard on 102.7 when I was in what I like to call it the stormy parking lot of Slitterbond. And then when we left Slitterbond after enjoying Waterfalls by TLC on 102.7 in 1995, we were in between, I think, San Marcos and New Braunfels. Leanne knew of Magic 105.3 ever since she lived in Corpus Christi back in the 70s. Who knows, maybe it was the AM station all along and it was just called Magic and it moved to FM, but I don't want to trample on that wonderful experience that she had back in Corpus Christi. So yeah, Magic 105.3. She knew of it, so that's why we were able to check it. I can remember some kind of vividly in my head of her checking 105.3 while we were coming home. So I met 102.7 KTFM and Magic 105.3 on that Slitterbond trip that wasn't to be because it was stormy, so we had to go back to Austin. Also, I remember, sorry, it was kind of a gross image at a barbecue place. I remember seeing a logo for 99.5 Kiss Rock San Antonio one clear day when I was able to go to Slitterbond. So I found that fascinating. It kind of reminded me of 93.7 KLBJ in Austin. That wasn't, I don't think, in 1995. In 1996, me and my father, Bob, were driving to the Capitol for a field trip. In 1996, we were on IH-35, not quite to Highland Mall, I was on 104.1. I stumbled upon 104.1 KRB for the first time in 1996. It was too poppy for Bob. He likes oldies and classic rock. So we changed it and I found Mix 104.7. I think they were playing the Spin Doctors. It might be Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. It was that or that other song, Two Princess. I think it's Little Miss Can't Be Wrong on Mix 104.7 KKYS Bryan College Station, 104.1 KRBE Houston. Oh man, great memories. 1997, 1029 The Planet, KKPN and SFX broadcasting station. I didn't know it was who owned it at the time, but yeah, it was secretly a Clear Channel station, so we know why it didn't last long. They got scared of it. So in 1997, I had a window of opportunity to listen to 1029 The Planet. It was like a kind of a semi-regular station, and I used to listen to it a few times when I would take Alicia to school in 1997. And I remember going down a huge hill. I can't remember what road it was, taking her to high school. I would be homeschooled. It was fun being homeschooled. I got to spend time with my cousins and my grandmother. And also 1029 The Planet in 1997 is when I discovered. I'm kind of skipping around here. In 1996, I also met another 104.7 on a separate occasion, K-Bay 104.7. I didn't know the colors. I always called it the Lakeway station because that's where I would start getting it, and that's where my father's office once was, in Lakeway. That's west of Austin. And I met it when I was going to visit my sister's friend. I think it was Chelsea or something. She gave me a parrot, a talking parrot that drove my parents nuts. I was barely allowed to use it. It was nice of her to give it to me. It was kind of a precursor to the wonderful Furbies that everyone's scared of. It's just an owl made into a toy. It's nothing to be afraid of. And no, it's not really annoying. It's fun and it's just happy. It's just trying to give joy to people. I love Furbies. It's great to have something to talk to, especially since I don't really have friends my own age, except on like Facebook or YouTube. That's why it's really good to have friends in person rather than just rely on just social media for everything. It's good to talk to an actual legitimate human being than a machine. At least a phone call, you get to actually hear a human's voice. So yeah, 1995, I met 105.5 KNRV The Nerve with Cornbread in the Morning. I didn't get to know it very long. Interesting what happened there. When I was on one of the times I was getting to be in the car with my grandmother, Carolyn, I wanted to put it on 105.5 The Nerve. And I was going like, wait, this is not pop music. What is this oldie song doing on 105.5? And then later it identified itself. I think it was a cloudy day. I don't know. It was hazy. I was getting in the car. It was a cloudy day, I think. And I was on 105.5 thinking I was going to hear pop music, The Nerve, KNRV, Cornbread in the Morning. Funny morning show name. They were playing oldies. They were like, what the heck is this? And then they identify themselves saying, cool, 105.5, KYUL. I don't think they said their callers though, but I was like, cool, 105.5, where's the nerve? Oh my goodness, that station didn't last any time. I think even 1029 The Planet out of Houston, modern adult contemporary, lasted longer than that. Man, I also remember meeting KOOV 103.1 when it was country, driving up to Carolyn's house. So, old house. Interesting, huh? So, those are some of my favorite radio memories. 106.3 died around, was it either March or April, and they started repeating the song Cattle Call by Eddie Arnold. One of the very few country songs I like because it was repeated. They go, something new is happening to 106.3 FM. Listen to 106.3 FM. Monday at something time. Thank You, and then go back to Cattle Call by Eddie Arnold. They were repeating it constantly. I think it was April. It was in 2002. Yeah. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And it's true. Those are all the radio memories I remember besides meeting 95 Candy 95.1 in 2003. And I also fortunately was able to get the weak KTSR 92.1 that was signing off. I was like, why can't they just leave the 92.1 rock station on and just have the pop station on 95.1? I don't know. Smash Mouth was one of the very first songs I think I heard on Candy 95.1. Or was that when it flipped to Hot 106.3 KOC? Who knows? Well, talk to you guys later. Austin's about to hit New Year's. I was going to say that, but then it went to an annoying commercial break. I'm Robert from Hobby Man ZXC. Hope you enjoyed at least some of 30 years or 31 years of loving radio. 1993 to present, or you can say that if you want to count Palestine Tyler Longview, 1992 to present, or if you believe that I knew 106.3 ever since 1992 when it was brand spanking new as Mix 106.3. Hot 106.3 was just a pop station, just like Kenny 95.1. Bye, I'm Robert from Highman ZXC, and that's my long story, my history with radio, what I can remember.